AM 1380 WLRN Blues, Southern Soul, and more. It is Talk to Me. I am Greg Peters, and today is entertainment news with the lovely and talented Kia Robinson, all the way from Hollywood. How you doing, dear?
That's right, from North Hollywood in North Memphis.
There you go, from North Hollywood and North Memphis.
Hollywood and Chelsea. That's right, coming to you live. Oh my gosh, I've missed you. I've been on vacation and I've been gone almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah,
or it might have been 2 weeks. Yeah.
Well, it was
so
2 weeks. So did you enjoy your vacation?
I did enjoy my vacation. I got a lot shoved into this time. I'm still trying to get some rest. You know, it was Memorial Day weekend of last weekend, and I went to Kansas City, and I spent time with family, and I ate, but I did not eat myself silly. I am proud of that. Usually I can get on vacation and lose my damn mind, but I didn't. I kept a little bit of sense about myself, and it was such a good time. What did you do for Memorial Day weekend?
Well, actually, I did some wonderful things. We threw a 80th birthday party for my church member Sunday night at a lovely place called the Landmark in Bartlett, and we had a ball. Of course, I emceed the event.
You did. Of course.
We had a live blues band. Food galore, and I didn't go crazy, eat myself crazy either. But I ate enough though. I didn't,
you got enough.
Yeah, I got enough. That got enough.
Y'all had a blues theme party. Whose 80th birthday was it? It was a church member.
Yes, it was Miss Ruby Barber's 80th birthday party.
Oh, Miss Ruby. She sounded like she was. Did she have fun?
Oh, she had a ball. She had a ball, and it was just so funny because her daughter was trying to get her there. I'm like, now Miss Ruby don't go all the time, so how in the world did she get her out the house? But actually,
it was a surprise party.
Yeah, it was a surprise party, but see, Miss Ruby let me know and let us know that, hey, look, I'm 80 years old. I can take little hints. I knew you guys were up to something.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. She said I wasn't born yesterday. I was born.
Yeah, she was
a whole bunch of yesterday.
Right. Yeah. She was born at night, but she wasn't born last night. But she enjoyed it, and she had a ball, and her friends were there and family, and so that's what I did. That Sunday night and Memorial Day, just kind of matter of fact, I took a day off from the radio, and I just kind of laid around, and then there was some food left over from the party. Was it good? Oh yeah, it was great. It was great. So ate some leftovers from the party over her other kin people's house, and so it was great. It was a wonderful Memorial Day.
Like it. I was back in town yesterday, and I partied with my friends, my little group of girls. We call ourselves the Bad Girls.
Yeah, I saw y'all on Facebook.
You saw the Bad Girls doing our thing?
Yeah, I saw y'all Bad Girls.
Bad Girls. Yeah, we hit up a party on Highland. I think the old Kappas threw that party. It was fun. But then we went to Melodic Monday and heard a little bit of a live band at Club Love. So the girls got out. It's been
What's up, Shayna J? Shayna J hosts that event. Yeah.
Was she there? Was Shayna J singing? Because isn't she the singer?
No, she's the host. She's like a hostess. Yeah, she's some like a hostess style. She hosts that particular event every Monday, at Love. Yeah, so and been doing real good with it too. I see.
Yeah, it was really nice, and it's free. So that's all.
Yeah, you can't beat that. You can't beat that price.
You can't never beat
free.
Free 99. Don't you have a birthday coming up? When's your birthday?
I do. June 7th is my birthday. That is next Thursday. Next Thursday is my birthday. And,
not this Thursday. Next Thursday.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah, it is
all
next
right,
Thursday.
5-1.
That's right. It'll be next Thursday. It'll be the big 5-1. And of course, I celebrate birthdays with a lot of celebrities. Of course, the late great Prince, his birthday is on June 7th.
And a bunch of crazy folks.
Yeah, Kanye West.
And
it's
Marilyn Monroe.
The lovely and talented. Yeah,
the lovely Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
you got a lot of
crazy people. Yeah.
Yes, crazy geniuses. Isn't that what you all like to call yourselves?
We're geniuses.
Misunderstood geniuses.
Yes, we are geniuses. We are innovators. We can make things work no matter what, no matter what type of tools that we have. We can take the least of tools and make a masterpiece out of it. That that's the thing about Gemini.
Okay, well, go ahead, Gemini. So Gemini season,
and we're great friends. We're great friends. We will be a friend with you until we leave the earth. But the only thing with a Gemini is, and a lot of people talk about we're the twins. We just don't like to be, I mean, if you ain't no good, then there's a side that'll come out of us that's just not liking to, and people be like, oh, you Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But if you keep yourself, my thing is I don't have that problem because I stay away from people that make me get like that. So there we go. Yeah.
That's very smart, and more people could take a lesson from that.
That's right. No matter what sign you are, yeah.
Well, that's right. No matter what sign you are, so we'll be looking forward to hearing from your how things go for the 51st birthday. But we'll keep everybody
and
up to date.
This also marks a year that Greg and Kia has been together. So this is our anniversary.
It's our anniversary. You got to play some Tony then on the show. And yes,
anniversary.
It started.
Anniversary.
Yes, it started in the beginning of March in 2017. We've been going strong for a year, so we're doing great. So let's talk some entertainment news.
Okay.
So you guys know that I was sent off to London and to report the royal wedding, but after that, the vacation happened, and I never got a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, you never got a chance to really. Yeah,
so now
sure.
It seems like it was like forever ago, but we got to hit on just a few things before we get to the current entertainment news.
Okay. The
royal wedding. Okay. Greg, you didn't wake up for it, right?
No, I didn't wake up for it. What I was doing though, I'm sure I was up, but I was doing some station work that morning, and then I was checking on Facebook because everybody on Facebook pretty much reported. I saw some of your posts. I saw some other.
Reporting it.
Yeah, man, it was like left and right and left that morning. Yeah. It
was everything. I was surprised. I woke up. I was like, I woke up at like 10 till 5 and jumped up and everybody, my daughter, the dog, Court, we were all in here watching the royal wedding, all in one bed watching the royal wedding. So it was beautiful. It was wonderful. The ceremony itself exceeded my expectations. I thought she was going to kind of, everything has pointed to her being kind of on the white side, and I thought she was going to stick to her little white sideness, but she didn't. She did not. She brought out that pastor from Chicago. I can't think of his name. I had all these notes on it. Don't know where the notes are, so I said, let me just go off the top of my head for the royal wedding.
Yeah.
She, the one that did the preaching. Now, that got a lot of people stirred up because everybody was only allowed a certain amount of time to talk. Maybe, I think he had 9 minutes, but he went 13. And anybody that knows, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have something timed, 4 minutes over is a lot. But he got caught up in the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, he got caught up.
God's unchanging hands. Yeah. He did all that.
He
did everything but have the organ. But he made little. See, they ain't used to that kind of stuff. No real preaching over there. Everything there is, a bunch of opera sound and chamber music. But he got in there, and folks wanted to shout, but you couldn't because you were in there with the queen. So yeah, they were a little uncomfortable, and a lot of people felt uncomfortable. I didn't. I loved it. I love the uncomfortableness about this situation. I love that he started quoting Martin Luther King and talking about slavery. You need to talk about slavery when you with those, warmongers.
Exactly.
They stole everybody's land. That's the reason we speak English. They stole everybody's everything. So yeah, you're going to hear about this. You're going to get this permit. And he gave it to him. And then, I got to give it to Megan. She brought that man over. She made sure that choir, that was a British choir, sang, and they were so beautiful. The sound of it was like, they were like angels singing. And they were all black and from some, hood part of London, and they came and they sang Stand By Me. And then, it was just beautiful, Greg, if you didn't see it. Everything they had all this greenery and flowers as you walked into the church and all the celebrities, and Oprah was there, and with her church hat on, and Serena Williams was there, and her husband just was dashing. And Serena was beautiful. And some of Megan's friends from the United States were there. But this is the weird thing. We knew that the white side of the family wasn't coming because, they're a little too TMZ-ish, too out there, too, always in some mess.
Yeah.
Okay, and the daddy, we remember, he couldn't make it. He got sick, couldn't make it.
Right, he got sick.
Yeah, all of that. Right, what a time to get sick. That's the one time you got to have surgery, huh? Right before your daughter stays.
Exactly.
Okay, he got sick. Yeah, that story's a little suspect. And Prince Charles, and she walked herself halfway, and Prince Charles walked for the other half. No big deal. But what I found odd was the mama, who was black. It's like, where are your people? The mama was sitting by herself. She didn't bring anybody with her. Megan didn't have no cousins in them, no play cousins, no aunties, no. We know that Megan's an only child, and I think the mama may be an only child. Whatever it is, it's an incredibly small family on that side. And so nobody else was there. But guess what? Who cares? It all worked out beautifully. And I even read somewhere that the mama is going to be moving to London to, be near her daughter. And I think that's wonderful.
Okay.
So that's good. Now, let's talk about what I did not like.
Okay, what you did not like.
Now, everybody, whoever's listening, the sound of my voice, get this through your thick head. I love Meghan and Prince Harry. Everybody knows that. If you've been listening, you know that. I love the union between them. I love the love and the way they break a few rules and look at each other, and I love their wedding, and I was so excited. The problem was I was a little too excited. My expectations were way too high because I was a little let down by the dress. Now, a lot of people got mad because
they got mad at you.
They got really mad because I told my truth of how I felt. This is me, Kia. This is not how America is. And then it didn't mean I was downing Meghan and I don't want black people to shine and I ain't never got nothing good to say. I wanted so badly for her to be the most beautiful princess I've ever seen in my entire life. And that dress just did not do it for me. That dress was...
So the dress wasn't working.
Greg, it was like a sheet. It was not fitting well to her body. It was just a plain old white dress, not one pearl, not one bead, not one piece of lace, not one nothing. And I get it. She wanted to be classic and beautiful and simple and elegant. And the dress was, expensive as hell. It was like over $100,000, but it was just thick white silk that didn't even...
It was too plain. It was too plain.
Plain. There's not one person I've ever heard that said that they thought that Kate's dress looked... Meghan's dress was better than Kate's. I wanted somebody to think that the new princess's dress was just as pretty or prettier, but everybody's like, some people, it was like 50-50. Some people was like, she's elegant and she was beautiful. I think they meant she was elegant and beautiful, not necessarily dressed, or they liked the dress. But not one person said they liked it more than Kate. And I don't know. But she was happy and she's married, so I'm going to leave it alone. But yes, I got actual, mean as usual. I can't say nothing. Let me talk about that for a minute. I think there's something going on right now. I noticed when I was out last night, it was a full moon. But everybody has been on edge lately on Facebook. I really feel that way. It's like, damn, I can't say nothing. From that point of not liking her dress, or her hair either, by the way, because it was all just too, not done. Yes, okay, or the makeup. It was too plain. I didn't like, I'm going to say it, I didn't like the makeup, the hair, and the dress. I like her, not that. I like the cake, the way it looked, but what was that you said, girl? You weren't trying to hear nothing about no gluten-free cake. Was that you?
Yeah.
Gluten-free sponge cake.
Yeah, sponge cake, yeah.
That's these newfangled, that's these newfangled couples. They from California. She's from California, and her mama's a yoga teacher, so she wasn't going to have no big fattened cake. But other than the way she chose to look, it was wonderful. But yes, people, y'all need to back off. I keep reading certain things on Facebook.
So are they still hard on you? Today. I mean, it's...
No, not me, per se, but everybody. It's just like anytime anyone expresses an unpopular opinion, people jump.
They'll jump on you on Facebook.
They're jumping on them, and it's getting crazy. It is getting crazy. My friend Irene, who's one of the bad girls, she said something on somebody's post I was reading yesterday about she thought that when little kids have hotel parties that it's tacky. That wasn't. She just commented on it. She just felt it's tacky. Why can't it just be that she feels it's tacky? Why is she just got it was just why's it got to be tacky? My son had a party there and it was fun. That's great. This other person,
just think that it's tacky,
down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, calm down. Let people just
calm down, everybody on Facebook,
Yeah, Facebook has been crazy lately.
It has.
We've gotten Facebook. I even got a Facebook threat recently.
Did you really?
Me. Yeah, I was like, okay, you gonna meet me out in the Facebook streets and fight me or something? People are forgetting this is play. Let me remind them, people, this isn't real. It's play. We're just talking. Half the
It's just for entertainment purposes
anyway.
only. Yeah, it's just for entertainment purposes only. I think people get too sensitive.
People take this stuff seriously. You've heard of people people have wanted to fight or get angry and this is the funny thing. The person that got so angry with me on Facebook recently, she had started saying making little subliminal posts for days. I never even read them. That's what's hilarious to me. I'm out living my best life on vacation, having a great time, and somebody had to tell me that you trying to insult me. I didn't read it for myself. So
wow.
That's grow up. Everybody just grow up and have fun and live your life. Life is too short for you to be worried about me. I'm worrying about barbecue and having fun, and you worried about me. That's what her post said. I've been doing about this for days, and I ain't even thought about her for days. People are silly.
Yeah, Facebook tension is really getting way out of hand, and I'm sure as you get on into your entertainment report, we'll talk about that in a minute when you get out of the wedding and get into other stuff. I already know because you don't have to tell me. I mean, our chemistry is so good. I already know some of the things that you want to talk about.
What's about to come up?
Yeah, I already know.
Let's talk about our first story. Let's talk about Miss Roseanne Barr.
There you go. Bingo.
There you go. Oh, you know what? Sometimes the entertainment report writes itself, doesn't it, Greg? It just writes itself.
Yeah.
Boy, just when we think that it's a slow week, here comes Roseanne. Let's talk about it. Yesterday, May 29th, Miss Roseanne Barr decides to take to her keyboard early in the morning for absolutely no reason to talk about former President Obama's his chief advisor. Her name is Valerie Jarrett. She's a black woman. She's a light-skinned, beautiful, older black woman.
Okay.
So the whole thing was about, for some reason, Roseanne felt that this woman could have been in cahoots with Obama covering up something from a French presidential election. Now, why Obama's name is still coming out of these right-wing nuts' mouth, I don't know. The man's not even president. And then this is exactly what she wrote. She wrote, Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals Valerie Jarrett. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Let's dissect that. Muslim Brotherhood. Valerie Jarrett is an African-American woman who was born in, I want to say, Iran or Iraq. She was born in the Middle East. I don't know if she's part Middle Eastern, but I think she was just born there from two black parents. So, she kind of hit on that. And then anytime you call a white person who's a Trump supporter, well, any white person, but especially one that's a Trump supporter, when you call a black person an ape, oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Yeah.
Loose. And let's talk about the hell that broke loose. Okay, Roseanne used to have a big hit TV show from 1988 to 1997, so it was on for a long time.
Right.
It didn't get canceled. It ended on its own time. Now they had a reboot of the show, brought back the original cast. They're all grown up. They got little babies. I think one of them even has a little black baby. Of course, I never watched that show. It started March 2018. Let's think about this. This is May. 2 months ago, the show came back on. Okay. It's the #1 show. It was already picked up for a second season. They came on in the middle. Shows are usually, it just came on, it just did 13 weeks. I guess it was just 13 weeks from March to May. Already, this season's already over. She makes this stupid comment this morning and then deletes it. But we all know how screenshots.
Oh, you can't do once you put it on there. You can't delete it because somebody's got it.
It's gonna come back to haunt you. It's gonna come back to haunt you.
Right.
So let's see what's happened. So today, the Roseanne show that's been on since March 2018, and this is May 2018, as of yesterday, has been canceled by ABC. Who canceled it? A black woman by the name of Channing Dungey, who is the president of ABC Entertainment. Y'all don't know how big this is. Do you know how big it is for a company that thrives off of ratings and money to cancel the #1 show?
Right.
Because of something like this. That is a bold, important move. But Channing Dungey showed her, this woman, Roseanne tweeted this up at 7:20-something, and then around noon, they showed that ass and canceled it. And this is what Channing Dungey had to say. Roseanne's Twitter statement is abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values, and we have decided to cancel her show. Also, the parent company. This is bad. When your parent company, which is Disney, the CEO who is, I'm sure, a very busy man because Disney is the parent company of a lot of things.
Oh yeah, they got money.
They got a lot of stuff. When this important man decides to take to Twitter to talk about you, and he said there was only one thing to do here, and that was the right thing, that means your ass is grass, and he was the lawnmower. So, I don't know. So, I didn't know Roseanne was 65. She actually does look good for 65 to me, but it gets worse. And I kind of feel bad sometimes, not for her, but I know how many times I've said something stupid, and Lord, imagine that you know what storm that comes after it. Also today, she got dropped by her talent agency, ICM Partners. This is what they wrote about Miss Roseanne. Mm-hmm. We are all greatly distressed by the disgraceful and unacceptable tweet from Roseanne Barr this morning. What she wrote is antithetical to our core values, both as individuals and as an agency. This was an internal note to all employees. Consequently, we have notified her that we will not represent her effective immediately. Roseanne Barr is no longer a client. Damn.
Oh, wow.
But let's think about this in a bigger term. Remember, just because Roseanne Barr is not the Roseanne show, she is one person. There are other actors on this show that now don't have a job.
That don't have a job, exactly. That's what I was thinking about.
There are writers that don't have a job. The lighting man doesn't have a job.
There you go.
The catering company, the people that drive them. This is bigger than her. Her big mouth messed up a whole lot of people's paychecks. And remember, when they decided to do this reboot, these are probably people who stopped doing another job that they had to go on this job.
Now, there's a network. There is a network on regular TV called Laugh TV, and they show back-to-back episodes of the old Roseanne. I wonder, are they going to change their programming too? I wonder.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think somebody else is going to pick them up. Yeah. I do, because it is still the number one show. And if you remember, do you remember when Kevin Spacey, when it came out that he was like raping people or doing real bad stuff?
Yeah.
And they canceled his show, which was like the number one Netflix show. But then after they thought about it, and they came back and put the show on, and what is it, House of Cards or House of Lies, whatever. And they took Kevin Spacey off, and then they made his wife the main character now, because a lot of people were upset because it's bigger than one person. So.
I don't think that it'll come back though. I mean,
how can you make it come
back?
And
then here's the thing. Here's the thing that people like Roseanne Barr. I'm not gonna say race or whatever the case be, but I'll just say people like, go ahead and say white people like Roseanne Barr have to realize President Obama legacy has been conquered. 2 times, term, and he goes down in history. So hey, that's that on that. There's no need to bring up anything about former President Barack Obama's legacy or what he did when he was in the White House. I mean, because hey, it's been conquered, it's been done. Now it's time to go to something else. So you let something that used to be or thought or an opinion.
Relevant. It wasn't true.
Right.
It wasn't relevant.
It wasn't even relevant. Mess up millions of dollars, and put a lot of people, in the unemployment line.
Greg, how would you feel if you have a top show and you're on top of the world again? You've been given another chance again, and then you got to come home to your family and say, "All right, there goes our money, there goes our everything," because I got a big stupid mouth, and I just had to say this dumb crap, and now. And look how much I don't want to say hated, but how much she's despised by everybody, because she ruined it for everyone. Well, let's hear what she had to say. So an hour after she said it and then took it down, she tweeted at 8:29 a.m. yesterday morning, "It's a joke." Alrighty? And then she tweeted at 8:57 a.m., "Islam is not a race, lefties." Okay, you still talking mess. Islam includes every race of people. Okay? And then she took that down, too. And then she came back at 9:28. Obviously, her phone was ringing. "I apologize. I'm now leaving Twitter." And then she comes back at 9:33. She thought about it some more. "I apologize." Somebody must have gotten that butt. "I apologize to Valerie Jarrett and to all Americans. We do not accept. I am truly sorry for making a bad joke about her politics and her looks. I should have known better. Forgive me. My joke was in bad taste."
You know what?
But the apology wasn't
that's
enough
why
to
it's
save her
good.
show.
And you know what, Kia? Kia, that's why it's good not to know a lot about politics, because one thing about it, I didn't when she made that statement, I didn't even know who she was talking about. I really didn't know everybody that was in Obama's cabinet or administration.
Right.
I knew a few people, but I didn't even if this woman walked down the street, I wouldn't even know her. So
we wouldn't.
We wouldn't know
her now.
But we know her now.
How it can all come out. And she was with Obama. She's one of the few people that was with him from the beginning to the very end. So she was a big, big deal. But this is the part that I find interesting. Now, remember, on the show, just like in real life, she is, Roseanne Barr is a big friend, a big fan, and a good friend of Donald Trump. And he supported her. He talked about how he called her on the first night. He's on the ratings. The ratings were so great, and you're so great, and they love each other. On the show, she's a huge Donald Trump supporter, and it's very political, and she's very pro-Trump. Okay? So let me read to you a few of the things that the people who play her children. So these are people that's kind of supposed to have your back if y'all are really like a family. These are the stars that play her children. This is what they took to Twitter to say. They could have snapped at anything, but let's talk about what they said. The first one is Sarah Gilbert. She's also on, what's that show? Not The View, The Talk, or The Real, or one of them, The Talk. But she's super liberal, and I knew that wasn't going to go over well. So let's see what she had to say. Roseanne's recent comments about Valerie Jarrett and so much more, she going deeper, are abhorrent, everybody keeps using that word, and do not reflect the beliefs of our cast and crew or anyone associated with our show. I am disappointed in her actions, to say the least. And then she comes back. This is incredibly sad and difficult for us all, as we've created a show that we believe in, are proud of, and that audiences love, one that separates us apart from the opinions, one that is separate and apart from the opinions and words of one cast member. And another one person that plays her child says, "Bullies always get it in the end. Karma is a bitch." Whoa.
Yeah.
So I guess she didn't even like Roseanne. And then she came back and wrote, "I am hurt, embarrassed, and disappointed. The racist and distasteful comments from Roseanne are inexcusable." And then the boy, his is so long, but he was really disgusted with her. Now, comedian Wanda Sykes, did you realize that she was working on the show? She was like an executive producer.
Oh, man, Wanda making a check.
She was making a check. Guess what? She walked out yesterday and wrote on Twitter, "I will not be returning to at Roseanne Barr." This is before she got fired.
Oh, wow.
And the last one, everybody has something to say, but let's read what Al Sharpton said. The comparison by Roseanne Barr on ABC, a former Obama aide, Valerie Jarrett, to an ape, is racist and inexcusable. ABC must take action now. Now, this was like an hour before they did it. And so, they were coming in left and right. They called for her head, and they got it. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think what actors and people in the limelight, like Roseanne Barr, they're going to have to really, really muffle their mouths on Twitter about their personal, their personal
they
beliefs.
Were too comfortable. This is not her first time. She called another black woman one time who was with Obama before, I think last year. She said something about swinging your big ape butt. Now, that went under the radar. She got away with that one.
Well, you know what?
She didn't get away with this.
You know who she needs to blame this for? She needs to blame Donald Trump for this. And the reason why is because Donald Trump, says these crazy things. So guess what? Everybody thinks that they can say anything, racist about black people, whether we're monkeys, apes, or whatever the case may be, with these things that they call us. And they think that they can do this and continue to make, millions and millions of dollars. What they have to understand is Donald Trump is already rich times over. And
already the president, can't be fired. Y'all are not the same. But even Donald Trump is probably sitting around really like, "Don't put me in this." I ain't calling no ape.
Exactly. Once you
get Trump said, "Hell, I ain't even gone that far."
That's right. Once you get in the fire, you'll see who your real friends are. So here's the thing. The best thing for her to have done is keep her personal opinions to herself and keep everything clean and keep making that money. Because let me tell you something. In this particular world that we live in, friends only go so far down the street with you. I mean,
ain't that the truth?
Yeah, and guess what Donald Trump is saying to Roseanne Barr, who's important. I'm gonna tell you what he's saying. He's saying, like most folks said, guess what? I'm glad it's her and not me.
Right. And that's how people feel. I bet that's how Kathy Griffin is feeling. Remember, she had that severed head of Donald Trump.
That's right.
Crazy, and all her friends turned on her.
Mm-hmm.
But this is gonna be this seems to be way worse than the Kathy Griffin thing. But she lost a lot of stuff over that. At least Roseanne is 65 and retirement age, and I bet she still gets a payout.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So these things happen. You having a bad day, Roseanne. You'll be back.
And one thing about Roseanne, she's not going to be, in the dollar menu at McDonald's. I mean, she got money because these reruns are still going on a network called Lav TV. But I'm thinking will Lav TV take those off? We'll see. It's on regular TV where I don't have to pay.
That's
so
interesting. Good point.
I'll monitor it. I'll monitor it and see.
Monitor it on free TV.
On free TV.
But that's a really good point. Let's see if this destroys her reputation and legacy like it did Cosby. So monitor that and let me know. But last but not least, let's talk about your boy Morgan Freeman. We got a few minutes. Let's get Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah.
Morgan Freeman. He is the latest victim of Me Too. It's coming for everybody. 8 women have accused Morgan Freeman of sexual assault. First of all, everybody knows I'm the first person to be like, yeah, he did it. Okay. I read about this thoroughly. This does not sound like a case of sexual assault. Sexual assault, or a lot of stuff like what Harvey Weinstein did, Bill Cosby allegedly did, Harvey Weinstein allegedly did. We'll use that word for everybody to be kind. From the people that put their hands on people. From what I can understand, Morgan Freeman just sounds like an old perv with no game. This is what he says. I'm devastated. He quotes, "I am devastated that 80 years of my life is at risk of being undermined in the blink of an eye." I didn't know he was 80. But there's a CNN report. One of the CNN reporters has put out this whole thing detailing Morgan Freeman's pattern of inappropriate comments and unwanted touching. So one of his employees at his entertainment company has called him kind of like the creepy uncle because he is old as hell. And when an old-ass man says, they said he does things like he stares at women's breasts and he asks them to twirl, which, come on, people. I had $1 for every time somebody stared at my breast. I'd have me a new house.
Yeah, we'd have a $1 million contract, multi-million-dollar contract. Yeah.
People, they stare at our boobs. I don't find that. I mean, it's creepy, but come on now. And they asking them to twirl. Okay, twirl for the old man, y'all. Damn.
That's right. Twirl for old Morgan.
Old Morgan, do that. And offering massages. If he's only offered you a massage, but never actually started massaging you, then it's not really a problem. So, but this is what
he said. Let me massage you.
He said, let's be clear. I did not offer employment or advancement in exchange for sex. I have not assaulted women. I have not touched women. So he said maybe the stuff I said was inappropriate. Maybe I should have been more mindful. However, this is not assault, and I must agree. Go ahead, Greg.
Oh, well, I mean, Morgan just said some things, a few things here and there, but, I don't think Morgan really did he wasn't a Harvey Weinstein. He wasn't, a Bill Cosby. I think, he might have said a few things and maybe done a few things, but this Me Too movement is a strong movement. And, hey, you can't even stare at a woman's boobs anymore. I mean, now, what kind
of world have we come to?
Yes, my eyes, I have what you call shifting eyes. My eyes shift to the left, shift to the right. They shift. So you don't know what I'm looking at nowadays.
Got all y'all nervous.
Yeah.
All y'all men shook. So we going to see who's next up on the list, but I'm going to give my official. And everybody knows I am a deep feminist and quick to say something, but I'm gonna have to let Morgan Freeman go on this one.
Wow!
We going. I'm letting this one go.
You're gonna let Morgan slide.
Yeah, let him look at your breast, Jesus.
Yes, especially
he's 80 years old. Let him.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Kia. Let me ask you this. Women, all and with the Me Too movement that's going on right now in America. And men staring at women, and Morgan Freeman, being, being accused of staring at breast. I mean, well, then if that be the case, why women wear so many provocative clothes that show cleavage? I mean, they're right there in your face, like bam.
Okay, I'm going to have to take this question from a feminist point of view. We wear those clothes, is what any feminist would tell you, because we like the clothes. We wear those clothes because maybe they're comfortable, because they're our breasts and we have the right to show them. However, you do not all have the right to stare at them. That's what a feminist would say. And it's true. You don't have the right to touch them. You don't have the right to comment on them. We do it because it makes us happy. Now, sometimes we do it because we want y'all to look. And that's why we talked before. Some men get away with a lot of this stuff because they're fine, and it's an advance from them is a good thing. But when you got the old creepy uncle, then it turns into harassment. It's a thin line, Greg. It is a thin line.
Well, yeah. I can understand that. The thing
line.
is, the beauty is to be admired. And guys, and me coming from a male standpoint, guys, once you admire the beauty, you don't have to stare for a long time. Matter of fact, you can look at breasts 10 times, and they don't even know that you're looking, because, like I say, your eyes can shift back and forth. Yeah, exactly. I mean, your eyes can shift back and forth. But here's the thing: don't make any comments about it. And this is the main thing. And I even think about this as I get older and wiser and come to be 51 in just a little under 2 weeks. You don't have to comment on them. And here's the thing: act like it's no big deal to you. When all the time you're checking it out, it looks great, but act like it's no big deal to you. And I think
y'all gonna have to learn how to act.
Yeah, you're gonna have to learn. The guys are gonna have to learn how to do that. Yeah,
this isn't going away. If we've learned anything from the Me Too movement or from Roseanne, America's becoming really intolerant of a lot of crap, and it's coming hot and heavy. So everybody got to cut. And it's not just men, and it's not just white women. It's everybody. Everybody got to start watching themselves a little more closely.
Exactly. So
exactly.
So everybody, be careful. And here's the thing: there's nothing wrong admiring a woman's beauty, but to admire her beauty, you don't have to make sexist comments. Just look, blink your eye, and then as soon as you blink your eye, you're looking somewhere else. And you have to think in your mind like, oh man, they look good, but don't you say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that the truth?
That's right. We're just gonna have to learn how to do that. And fellas, you're just gonna have to act like it ain't no big deal. That it's just something that just comes and goes every day. And if you really look at it, it really is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, hey, that's just what you got to do, because these are the times we live in, and hey, we have to govern ourselves accordingly. She is Kia Robinson on Facebook. Check out her blogs. Don't beat her up, though, if she says something that you don't like the dress or anything like that. But
right, right. Give me a break.
Yeah, give her a break. But definitely check out her blogs. Definitely got a lot of great things, the good things that she's saying on Facebook, and you can comment, and Kia definitely will respond with you. Also, on Instagram, she is the Kia Robinson. And hey, you want to check out some of the shows that we do, you can check them out at Kia Robinson, The Playground at YouTube. Thank you so much, Kia.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with some music right before the Michael Basin Show starts. You're listening to Talk to Me with Greg Peters on AM 1380 WLRM, Blues, Southern Soul, and more. And more. And more.